Not a fisher for men, but a fisher for babies. Meet the March of Dimes Joe Fisher, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Beach First Center on the corner of 38th and Grissom. We're focused on the March of Dimes kickoff for Walk America. And we're visiting with Joe Fisher, the Executive Director of the PD Division. Good morning, Joe.
Good to see you, Greg. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Back in. Obviously, we're not at the Herald offices right now. We're out on location. What about this facility? Isn't this beautiful?
Wow. It really is. I read about it in your Myrtle Beach Herald, but when I came upon it, I thought this is a far larger facility than what you can show in a newspaper. It's beautiful.
It really is.
Beautiful.
Hopefully we can get a good feel. That Walt was just with us a few minutes ago, getting a good shot out front, and what a beautiful day, and just a beautiful building. And Nelson Mullins upstairs, Riley and Scarborough. You may want to head up after the interview, check out. Walt said their facility's beautiful as well.
They want to sign them up as a team for Walk America.
That's right. I hope Beach First will be involved as well. And you all had a board meeting yesterday.
We did. Our Horry County Board met yesterday, and I'm happy to report, of course you're on the board, but Franklin Long now is chairman of the board of our Horry County Board of Directors. Franklin is with Burroughs and Chapin and follows Lois Ergel. Those are pretty big shoes to fill, but I think Franklin's going to do a great job.
Oh, he will. He will. And wasn't he one of the founding members of the Horry County Board?
Yes, he was. And he has stepped up at a very pivotal time for us. We've added some new members to our board. We had a board of 12, and in 2006 we had a discussion about increasing our numbers, and so we have added 4 new board members, and so now we have a board of 16 going into 2007.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you more about that board in a little bit, but of course the big focus is up on January 30th.
Wow. We're going to rock for babies.
Yeah.
I am so excited, Greg, that we're starting our new 2007 campaign on the heels of an extraordinary campaign in 2006, and have a new home for the walk in 2007.
Right. Yes.
And we're going to have our kickoff on Tuesday, January the 30th at 4:30 in the afternoon, and it's going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yes, that's a great. Is that a new location for the
March of Dimes? We tend to move our kickoffs from place to place, and the Hard Rock did some promotions for us in 2006, and so they have a new manager, and we went to talk to him that it's a good central location for a kickoff. The parking is good, and so we expect to we trust a standing room only crowd as we kick off our walk to help save babies.
I'm sure. And what's the time of that, Joe?
It'll run from 4:30 to 6.
Great.
And the restaurant will be closed during that period. It's considered a private party.
Really?
And we will do everything from introduce our new ambassador families and talk about the different materials people can use to fundraise. They'll be able to pick up all of their materials. And we're going to serve refreshments that all start with a letter P for prematurity.
Oh, boy.
So I'll just tell you, we are going to have some pimento cheese sandwiches to go with our pretzels and our peanuts and our soft drink that starts with a P. Didn't know if I could say that on the air.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll have a little pie, and we'll have a little pound cake, and in an extraordinary location.
That is fantastic. I like the peas. That's smart thinking.
That's right. Well, we decided that we would try that in our fall walk program in 2006. It's good to have fall walks because you can roll out new ideas. If they click in a smaller walk site, we feel we can bring them in then into the spring. And so the P for prematurity means that our teams can do potluck lunches. They can collect pocket change. They can sell pies. And so we have a whole entire campaign around the letter P for premature babies. That
is fantastic, Joe.
Thank
it's
you.
Amazing when you think about some of the fall walks, and of course the PD division, of which you're the executive director, spans a lot more than just Horry County. I mean, you're talking Marlborough County, Dillon County. Is Darlington in there?
No, we are on the road a lot, but we do Georgetown County and Horry County in the spring. In addition, we do Loris. We do Dillon County, and we do Lake City. Those make up our 5 So we're in the process of not just powering up one Walk America, but powering up 5 Walk Americas with 2 staff people. And then in the fall, we do a walk in Marion County.
Right.
And you've taken Carolina people on location there.
Oh, yes.
And we brought some people over from Marlboro County.
That's right.
And we do a walk there, and then we have 2 events in the fall. So we stay busy year-round.
You do. That's a total of 9 events. Is
In
that
all.
9?
That's 9.
9 events annually. That's almost one a month. Of course, some you've got 2 or 3 in a month.
Well, yes, that's right. In the spring, we will do 4 Walk Americas in April.
Golly.
And then we do a walk the first Saturday in May. So I can guarantee you we are hauling a lot of boxes and calling a lot of people and
Right.
internet and faxing and
Oh, yeah.
encouraging. That's the biggest thing, to encourage people to believe in the mission of saving babies. And so it's important that we get out there with our message and stay out there.
Yeah, Joe, speaking of that, for our viewers, got to get out right now to get family off to school or otherwise, or to get out to work. What's the best number for someone to call to learn more about the mission of the March of Dimes, or to learn about the upcoming event on January 30th of the walk this year? What's the best number for someone to call?
The best number, our offices are located in Conway,
Right.
and our telephone number is 488-3463. And if you want to learn about us online, it's simply to go to www.marchofdimes.com, and
Right.
certainly you can find South Carolina and get to Horry County, Myrtle Beach, and our division. But we welcome any telephone calls and are happy to provide any information that people need, including if someone has had a premature baby and they don't know what their next steps are.
Right.
We're happy to facilitate families, and we're certainly always looking for ambassador families, anyone whose life has been touched by the March of Dimes, that we can get involved, whether their child was born prematurely or with a birth defect.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And that's such a critical portion, whether it's ambassador babies at walks or folks that actually represent all families at the walks. It's a tremendous recognition. We
have a young man who is going to be our honorary ambassador this year, Greg, who was born with spina bifida, and they told him, his family, that he would only live 3 days. And he's 23 and goes to Horry Georgetown Technical College, and has been in a wheelchair all of his life, and got involved last year and started a family team and did very, very well, and is very special to Coach Bennett, our honorary chairman,
Right.
and Coastal Carolina University in their football program. And so we have made him our honorary ambassador. He's going to speak at our kickoff,
Oh,
and he's
great.
going to tell people that 120,000 babies are born with birth defects. And yet, if you have a birth defect, you can still grow up to be productive and give back. And I think that's an extraordinary story. And we're glad that he's decided to do that for us.
And he's age 23.
He's
And you
23.
said at birth he was told he would only live
3 days.
3 days.
With spina
Golly.
bifida. And then we have a new set of twins, Isaiah and Hope, Team Isaiah and Hope, Knuckles Jennings. They're our new ambassador family.
Yes.
1 pound 5 ounces and 1 pound 12 ounces.
So we're talking
they're
about their
alive.
birth weight.
That's
1
right.
pound
5
ounces. That is
17 ounces. You put them in your hand, and think about the next time you pick up a 16-ounce soft drink, that baby weighed that. And but they're a new family for us, and they'll join some rather extraordinary ambassador families. We made the determination, Greg, that the families like the Picketts and the Perrotts and the Saffels, and you've interviewed some of
Yes, of
those in the
course.
past, we want those families to be part of the March of Dimes forever. So we've started an Ambassadors Always Club, and they're in it. So
great
you'll be
thinking.
seeing them at kickoffs and other events, so that we can continue to use them, because we have a lot of requests for people who want an ambassador family to come and talk to a company or a bank or something like that.
I'm sure ambassador families are really the face of the March of Dimes
Absolutely.
in so many ways, and of course that their children or the children of that the birth at that early stage, when they think back, as the parents speak anecdotally or directly about their own situations or other ones that they're aware of. It's amazing. Those are powerful stories.
They are very, very powerful stories, and tend to bring the point home that this is what the March of Dimes is all about, and that their babies are alive today because of the research and technology funded by March of Dimes dollars. And those are those teams and individuals and volunteers and families whether they're giving a dime or whether they're giving many dollars.
Right.
It all goes to help save the life of a baby.
Oh, yeah. So oftentimes we hear folks when we're trying to talk to them about sponsorships or buying a table, and they're thinking, well, I could get tickets at an event. Let's say the Chef's Auction or the Heart Ball. I could get tickets for less. And why would I want to pay more for a sponsorship? Well, it's that opportunity to invest dollars in for an event. And, of course, for walks like the Horry County Walk America, to be a sponsor rather than just being out there walking that day or working hard to raise funds. To be a sponsor and to raise funds, a tremendous way to make sure those dollars go into research.
Absolutely, and to fund a neonatal intensive care unit that can keep a baby alive for one more day. And most of the families, when you go to a neonatal intensive care unit, as the one in MUSC or McLeod's over in Florence,
Right.
that's all a set of parents will tell you, I just want my baby to live through today. And then you deal with the next day. Because some of the issues that they have with these little ones coming so soon and so small are so critical that they're not saying when my child is a year old. They just want the baby to live another day. And so it's important that we do what we can, certainly from a research perspective, to find out why these babies are coming too soon, and so that every baby can come into the world healthy. That's the goal of the March of Dimes.
In the March of Dimes office, you do have information that you could send out easily, a lot of info for expectant mothers.
Absolutely.
Or for parents who have newborns.
We have that, and we also have it in Spanish because the Hispanic population in South Carolina is growing, and so we want to facilitate that.
Great.
Also, our 1-800 MO Dimes national hotline is actually answered by people, not by machines. And so if we can't answer the question, we can put people in touch with folks who can answer questions. We also have a share line on our website of families who've been through a premature birth, or perhaps they've lost a child, which is very tragic. And they can share their stories with one another, and they can bring hope and courage to one another. And that's a wonderful service of the March of Dimes.